We're live now.
No. Yeah.
Hello and welcome to our Friday episode with myself and the amazing Karlina as we show you how to add value into the marketplace. So welcome Karlina today, as always.
Hi, Leena. Hello, everyone. Good to be here again.
Absolutely. Just bear with us. Well, we're just going to quickly share on various pages that we're currently live at the moment. So whilst we're doing that, just let us know where you are tuning in from. If it's going to be UK, Latvia, or anywhere else in the world, let us know if you're watching this on replay or if you are watching this live currently. I will, yep, that's shared. And share it here. Perfect. Amazing. Great. So welcome everybody, as always, on this amazing Friday. Last week we did share with you about what you should be doing if you are currently looking for a job at the moment. Now, apologies for anybody who tried to watch that video on replay. For some reason, we don't know if it's a Zoom problem or a Facebook problem, but the actual viewing was very, very scrambled. So Karlina and I are going to re-record that today, and it will be up as a YouTube video and a video on Facebook at some point today. So if you are looking for a job at the moment, or you're being made redundant and you know that you should be possibly doing something, do tune into that, because it will give you the 7 things that you should be doing right now to help you in your job search and job hunt journey. But for today, what we're going to discuss is value. You know, Karlina and I have been talking about value from day dot. You know, it's the thing that's going to set you apart in the marketplace from all the other competition. Now, as a business consultant, as a lean management consultant, Karlina has done that day in and day out for all of her clients, saving them millions and millions of euros, but also adding value and making each and every business more profitable and more efficient. So Karlina today wants to share with us about the 3 skills that you need right now in this ever-changing world to make yourself more valuable than ever in the marketplace, in the business that you're in at the moment, even in your home. How do you create value, and what are those 3 skills that you need right now? So I'll hand it over to you, Karlina.
Thank you. Yes, Leena, as you're doing this introduction, I'm still pondering our topic in my mind. I'm thinking, indeed, each time when I've done lean implementation projects, it's dealing with changes. Like, it is actually a change project in a sense, right? And it touches upon the same things. Like, emotionally, people have to deal with the same things we are all dealing right now. We are going through a change project in the world. So I was thinking, yeah, what are the top 3 skills, the things, the characteristics that helped those people in those companies prosper, basically, so to say, because not every single person during the project is taken up and doing all the things exactly the same way. Yeah. And there are always those people in those companies that actually accomplish way more.
Yeah,
they do it better. So I was thinking, what are the things that they actually are able to do? And that's what I want to share with you all right now. And I think number 1 thing, not maybe in particular order, but one of the 3 is the people who achieve the most are the first ones to run up, roll up sleeves, and dig into problem solving. Yeah. They are the ones who dare to stand up and go to the employer, to the colleague, to, whoever, to even the client, because some of the people are dealing with clients as well, right? And say, hey, this is something that I've noticed that keeps repeating itself in our company. I have an idea how to solve it. Would you be willing to look at my proposals here? Yeah. Okay. that's like, to put it in one condensed sentence, surely enough, I'm giving a whole day training on how to do this change, right? But even without any additional knowledge on how to, you all, like everyone who's in the workplace, you all know that you're dealing with problems. You see problems daily in your workplace, regardless if you are the boss or the employee. The problem is we all tend to run along. Like, life is too fast. Like, there's no time to wait. Like, you just have to run. And yes, the problems are there, and then you kind of solve them, but you don't actually solve the problem. What you do is you deal with the consequences. Mm-hmm. And then you keep running like that daily, solving the same consequences, but in the end you're like super tired. Like in Latvian, we have this saying, like, you're running with your tongue out, like behind your shoulders, sort of like like dogs, like because like this is how the end of working day appears to be. And Leena, I don't know if people would somehow be able to put it on their CV. You could comment on that right here, because what I know from employers' perspective, like, or any, team leaders' perspective, like, what's the difference between the two types of employees? The one who comes to you and says, "Oh, boss, we have a problem. Like, things are bad. There's a problem."
Yeah.
Or the other type of an employee who comes and says, "Hey, we had this problem. Here's my solution. It costs you this. What do you think?"
Yeah. That's a really interesting point, because we when we teach people on how to write CVs or how to write the kind of description part of their jobs, we always say it's a maximum of 4 bullet points. The first bullet point should always be a very brief overview of what the role is, but the rest of the bullet points thereafter should be about the value that you have added into the business.
Awesome.
Any changes have you implemented? Did you see a problem and did you solve it? Did you, increase sales by doing X, Y, Z? So it's always the CVs that stand out show me, or show the prospective recruiter, the value that you've added into that business or that role. And it could be achievements, but it's more about what value did you add? And even in an interview scenario, we always teach something called the STAR technique.
Okay.
And that shows people, or shows the interviewer, the situation that somebody was in and the results that were gained. So the S and the R of this kind of STAR technique to answer an interview question. So it's just as valuable in a CV and interview questions as it is just as being an employee and understanding the theory of what it is you're teaching. Absolutely.
Awesome. So actually you just gave the complete advice to anyone who's willing to increase their value. Yeah, let's use the same word, value, in the marketplace. Like, if you are willing to ask for a raise or anything like that, well, be wise enough to point this out, because this is what people see as valuable. If I'm an employer and you come to me with an exclusive solution that helps my company go and grow, oh my, I will never get rid of you, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And people often think that they're entitled to a pay raise just because they've been with a company for X amount of years.
Yep.
But pay raises are nothing to do with how long you've been with a company. It's all about value. As an employer myself, if you would give me 10 times the value, I'm going to give you a pay raise. My conscience wouldn't allow me not to do that for you. I'm pulled, with my human nature to do that for you. For me, the longevity of your tenure in a business is irrelevant. What's more relevant to a pay raise is the value that you're actually adding.
Exactly. And this brings me to the second thing that I noticed, because even though it's in a way includes itself into the first, it is separated out, and it's I would call it the money solving skill. Why? even though it is kind of like still solving problems, but money is what we eat, basically. This is the exchange rate between our values. So it is wise to point it out, because people always understand things better when there is the price at the end, right? And so but really, what's maybe a little bit of a difference in why do I want to kind of point out this skill too is, most people, and I'm doing these statistics almost to every group that I'm doing trainings with. I ask people, a group of 25, let's say, who of you, if you stopped earning anything today, would be able to survive longer? Okay. And then I ask who would have enough savings to survive for how long? And so out of 25, I would always get no more than 4 people who would raise hands. And then I ask them, well, for how long would you be able to survive? And by survive, I mean not close everything down and eat bread and water, but you still have your bills, you still have food that you need to be eating, right? And out of those 4, I would always have something like one person can live for 1 month, the other person can live for 3 months, someone maybe says half a year, and there's never more than one who says a year. But Leena, just ponder upon this, how long is ever the time after a crisis like will be having? Or let's say 2009, how long is the time after that you need to, for the world to stabilize, get back on track, have things start moving? Let's say the borders were closed instantly throughout the world. Okay. So literally, it's not even your fault if you are exporting, right? But you are blocked. You can't earn at all. You're not, by any will, you're not out of the borders. You can't go. And so you will have to have money to survive your entire business for months. And sometimes, and if it gets worse and you get smaller income, but not more, you would still need to survive for a year to kind of get back on track. And year, to me, I would see it as the minimum to be on the safe side, right? So no employees, not even companies, understand this money skill, right? And so this is something that we also go through with lean management. I actually give them a lot of tools on how to see where to and how to deal with money. But this is just one thing. Even if someone's just listening and just out of blue, no lean, no nothing, they don't know anything behind my background or your background, right? But if they're listening and they're like, okay, well, the thing number one you could be doing is just well, how about not spend all of your salary, right? Because what happens at workplace is, if we're thinking of raising value, right? What happens at workplace is, if you spend all you earn at your home, it's not like you are better at workplace at noticing money things, right? Money issues, right?
Absolutely. And it comes down to, I think there's 2 skills that you've mentioned already, in problem solving and money skills, all comes back down to how businesses have handled the current crisis. Everyone has had to go into problem solving skills because they've had to change their business in some respect, so they've all had to have some kind of change implementation to change their business processes. And the other one is money management, because whether you like it or not, this has impacted every single person and business's cash flow. Yeah. Because at some point, cash flow will have stopped or slowed down. And if you don't have the flow of cash, then unfortunately you can't stay in business. So it's just as relevant. The 2 skills that you're talking about is definitely about value, but the relevancy of it right now is just
it's
on
tremendous.
Completely.
Yeah. And the third thing though is, and that's the third skill, is some people are smart-assy enough to know this, but the question is, can they communicate it in a way so that people are able and willing to listen to them? And, you know, this is a whole broad topic, you know, like how to communicate and how to sell your ideas and be good with people. But Leena, you know, maybe like, since I know that you're working from, you know, online only right now, maybe you want to comment on this, on the post-COVID world, like how would communication skills should grow maybe in online communication?
I mean, it's a skill that's going to be needed now more than ever,
Mm,
because every business has realized, especially with my client base, you know, businesses are realizing that the cost of face-to-face meetings versus the benefit of an online meeting is far superior. Therefore, online communication is becoming more and more common. It reduces fuel costs, it reduces time costs. Therefore, businesses are opting for online meetings for everything, whether it's within their business or even with a partner or a supplier. So even if I think about my business right now, you know, if I sign up a new client, and I am doing that right now, you know, don't be fooled that there is no business out there or it's hard to get clients. I am living proof right now that it is possible to get new clients. But all the new clients that I've signed up have been via online and email communication. And that skill is so different to having a skill of communicating face to face. You know, you
yeah,
have a barrier now, and that barrier is your computer screen. So
yeah,
you need to have the skill to know what the difference is between communicating face to face, where you can see the whites in people's eyes, you can see their whole body language. Now you've only got the body language of this part here, waist upwards. So it's a skill to know how to communicate online. It's a skill to know, you know, what your background should be like. How do you still look professional and trustworthy in an online environment? So people skills are really important. Like the basic of how to communicate is always going to be vital, especially as we move more into this machine age. But what's more vital nowadays is the ability to communicate effectively via the new barrier of your computer screen or phone.
yeah. You know, I think I mentioned it in one of our previous episodes that I'm having a huge project that just came upon me. I'm doing daily, freaking daily. It's
Amazing.
like it's so much to me, because it's so different. I'm training people online, and I have 70 people on the screen for me, and it's been 2 weeks now, and so I know I totally like get what you're saying, because I see how I need to be developing the way I deliver the communication that I want to do. And like there's tools and things that we could yeah, this is something that people should totally realize. Like if you put on your CV, not only I'm good at communication, but
Yes.
I'm good at communicating online. Oh
Online.
wow, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Aren't you the first one on the line, right?
Yeah, and it's really important. I'm so glad you mentioned that, Karlina, because we need to show these new soft skills
Yeah.
on our resumes now and our CVs. Like, and the online communication, you know, one of your skills is no longer ability to communicate at all levels, or, you know, excellent communication skills. It's got to go beyond that now. Like, you know, the ability to negotiate effectively online and offline,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
is the skills that new employers are going to be looking for now.
Yeah.
Obviously offline will never go away, and it is still
Let's
so
hope so.
vitally important. No, exactly, we still need that human connection, but in the world that we're living in now, like it's important that you understand how to close deals, how to communicate, how to be a good team player in this online world that we're currently living in at the moment. For
Absolutely.
sure, absolutely. So with all that in mind, Karlina and I have a free gift for you. We're so passionate about helping each and every single one of you to really exceed in the marketplace right now. And these 3 skills that we have gone through, we are going to be going into so much detail about them in a free webinar that we are going to be inviting to you, taking place next Thursday, which is the 3rd of September. If you want details of that, please comment below with the word value, and we will message you the link that you need to register with. So that's next Thursday for a webinar with Karlina and I, completely free of charge. And we're going to be digging deep, delving deep into these 3 skills: problem solving skills, money skills, and communication skills, but more communication skills online. So it is going to be absolutely relevant for everybody, even if you're in a job at the moment. Karlina, what else would you like to add in terms of what are they going to learn?
Yeah, I'm getting really excited about the content, because I know that exactly if you put into use everything that we are going to train, it's unavoidable. Like, you will become better in your workplace instantly.
Yeah.
So, it's not a super long, it's not a day-long webinar. I think it's something like an hour and maybe a bit over. And so anyone can find that hour to join.
Yeah.
Like, don't miss it out.
And it's free.
And it's free. I mean, come on, don't miss it out for your own purpose. This is something that I see as exceptional. The people who do it, they raise profits for themselves and for the companies they work for.
Absolutely. So if you're struggling with finding, the skills to have on your CV at the moment, if you're struggling and facing redundancy and you're not sure if you're going to be the one who makes the cut or not, or if you just want to add value into the company that you're in at the moment, or you want to add value into your own family and your own personal life, then all the content is going to be relevant for each and every one of those scenarios. So whatever situation you are in, this is going to impact you. It's going to add so much value into your life. It's free. Please join us next Thursday. Just comment with value below, and we will send you the link to register for the webinar. So that's it from us today. Have an amazing weekend, and we shall see you next Friday.